Hi, dear one. It's such a joy to be here with you today. I hope that wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are healthy and safe and surrounded by love. And I know that I promised a video about being an empowered empath or a powerful empath, as I have come to define it. And so I know in the first part, I talked about being able to discern if the energy or emotions that we are feeling are ours or somebody else's. And so this takes being an empath to the next level. And it's really this idea around being able to transmute or alchemize energy. And so if you've ever done energy work, whether Reiki or even in practices like Tai Chi and Qi Gong, right? There is this sense that we live in an energetic universe and that we are energetic beings. And so there can be energy between us, right? Even in this exchange, as you watch this video, there can be an energetic connection that we have with somebody that we're talking to, even if it's a stranger. Even to be able to hold our hands and to be able to feel energy, right, between our hands, are the different ways that we can experience energy. And so, as a powerful empath or an empowered empath, we're really looking at believing in our power, in our magic, and finding ways to alchemize, right? The idea of alchemy comes from the sense that we can take metals, maybe something like iron, and that we can alchemize it into something like gold. And I think in an energetic way, right, we can alchemize emotions. We can alchemize the mood in a room or in a space. And so, an example that I have of this is right after the wildfire started in LA in January, I could feel a heaviness the morning after. And I tuned in and I asked myself, is this energy mine? Is it someone else's? And what I heard was that it was both mine and others. And so I sat, and this was definitely an experiment. It was my first time doing this after hearing about the concept. I sat and I identified what the emotions were, and I was able to feel sadness, anxiety, and grief. And in my excitement of experimenting, I thought, oh, maybe I can change the sadness into love and the grief into love and the anxiety into love. And so there I was sitting and imagining sadness. I'm going to transform you into love. And as I was doing that, I could just instinctively feel that I was like running into a wall, right? It was not moving, it was not budging, nothing was shifting. And so I paused. And what came to me was this idea that maybe the energies, the emotions aren't ready to transmute, aren't ready to transform. It was less than 12 hours after the wildfires had started. And so, in realizing that, I felt compelled to try something else. And so, I imagined standing in front of grief and asking grief, may I share my love to accompany you. And the grief was was welcoming to the idea. And I asked the sadness, may my love accompany you. And I could feel the sadness open to receiving the company of my love. And I asked the anxiety, would you be open to having my love accompany you? And the anxiety accepted. And in doing so, the heaviness that I was experiencing in my chest lightened. There was a softening that I felt. And when I finished, I thought, oh, we don't always have to change it into something that we deem more valuable, but that even introducing or sharing our company can transmute the energy. And so that experience is something that I continue to think about. And when I am in a situation where I'm feeling something that someone else is, I'm trying to figure out what the best way to support the energy. And so I hope this is a practice or something that you might be open to trying if you haven't already. Maybe even, trying the invitation of joy or peace, whatever it is that you feel might be supportive. And then sometimes you might actually be able to transmute or transform, alchemize the energy, right? And this is something that we don't necessarily only have to do for others or different spaces. We can also do this for ourselves and really believing in our magic, right? One of the beliefs that I'm working on is one of the beliefs I'm working on is maybe not a belief, maybe it's more of an affirmation. That's why I pause. But I love being my kind of magic. And I know that it's very different from those around me. And for so long, I felt like I had to hide it and be what was needed or what they thought was needed. And I have just been in this space where it's important, where I feel compelled to be myself. And so if you're there, I am so excited. And if you're not quite there and that's somewhere you hope to be, know that there is support. Know that we are rooting you on. Know that your spirit guides and your spiritual team, they're supporting you and getting there. And we get to where we get in our journeys, and there's no right or wrong. We are continuously growing and evolving. And so I just wanted to share this practice. I know that I wanted to get this out, and I hope that as you continue to wade through and navigate these very interesting times when we are alive, I hope that it's a tool that you can have in your toolbox for your consideration. And I hope that you take what you need and you leave the rest. I look forward to connecting with you another time. If there's anything that you are curious about, please feel free to reach out. So until we connect again, be well.